Hi and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you 3 things to consider when you're applying for jobs to work for the NHS in the UK. So the NHS is the National Health Service in the UK. This is the best employer that you can have in this country. And let me tell you, when you hear about the National Health Service, it doesn't mean that they're only recruiting healthcare professionals, because people immediately think, oh, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a carer, I'm not a doctor. What am I going to do in a healthcare facility? No. Healthcare facilities, hospitals, nursing homes, whatever it is, they need all professionals in order to function. So skilled workers, unskilled workers, people that have degrees, no degrees, experience, no experience. There's all sorts of opportunities, irrespective of your personal circumstances. So if you're watching this video and you're keen on working for the NHS, you're currently not employed by the NHS, whether you're overseas or you're in the UK, you should 100% be getting to apply for these jobs, because the NHS is drama free. You hear about all the visa sponsorship horror stories. It doesn't happen with the NHS because you're employed by the government. Your job is secure. You don't have an employer threatening you every day that, oh, they've given you visa sponsorship, so if you don't come to work, if you're off sick, like, what is that? And but if you're watching this and you're one of those employers, stop it. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And I do hope that you're finding these videos helpful, but most importantly, you're implementing, because watching and listening and look, you need to implement what I'm saying. So leave a comment in the comment section below and say, Melvis, I will implement this. What sort of a job are you looking for? I've shared all sorts of videos on this channel about NHS jobs giving visa sponsorship, that require degrees, no degree, all sorts of information. But if you require more information, please leave that in the comment section below and I'll be able to answer. Also, I do have a free newsletter where I send information about free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK or to switch your visa if you're already in this beautiful country, work from home jobs that you can earn a lot of money, career progression opportunities here within the NHS. Because look, I started my journey as a carer in a nursing home. I then found out about the NHS, obviously transitioned to a healthcare assistant within the NHS. I studied nursing as an international student, and within 5 years, qualifying as a nurse in the UK, I was working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position. So career progression is something that I have, like, it's the goal, it is the deal, it is the ultimate goal. Yes, it's good to come to the UK. Yes, now you're in the UK. So what? If you're not progressing in your career, look, you're losing out on amazing opportunities in this country. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you want to hit that subscribe button so you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. Also, check out my newsletter in the comment section and join. It's completely free. I send that info directly to your inbox. So point number one here is, what type of job do you want? Because if you don't know the type of job you want, it's going to be very difficult, because the NHS has all sorts of opportunities, like I've already said. You need to sit down. They've got two fundamental types of jobs with the NHS. You've got the clinical jobs and the non-clinical jobs. So clinical jobs are jobs like being a nurse, obviously, being a doctor, being a healthcare assistant. A clinical job means that you've got direct patient contact, which means that when you go to work, you're supporting patients directly. And then you've got non-clinical jobs. So non-clinical jobs are jobs like, say, you're in admin, you're in HR, you're in recruitment and things like that. So those jobs are non-clinical. So yes, you're still working within the facility, but you've got nothing to do with direct patient care. So you need to decide which one do you want. And let me give you some free tips here while we're at it and talking about this. Look, the clinical jobs with the NHS there are more opportunities, as in there are more of those jobs if you want them, but they generally pay not so much. The pay is a little bit crappy compared to the non-clinical jobs, which means the non-clinical jobs tend to pay more, but there are fewer vacancies, obviously, because if you've got an HR team in the hospital, that's what it is. You're going to have more healthcare assistants, more nurses, more doctors compared to the number of people that you have in HR, for example. So again, when you're deciding, these are some of the important things that you want to be thinking about, you want to be reflecting on, and you want to be considering. So I have, by the way, I do have a coaching program where I support nurses, carers, students, student nurses, prospective student nurses, people that want to get into healthcare. If you're wanting to move to the UK, applying for those free visa sponsorship opportunities, you know what I mean? You're not going to pay money, thousands of pounds, and then tomorrow your license is revoked and you're stuck in the UK without a visa. You don't want any of that. You want to apply for jobs the normal way. You want to do it the legal way. Yes, it is long and painful, you know what I mean? But that is the right way. Because if you don't do it now, you're going to do it tomorrow, maybe when it's too late. So if you check the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to see a link to join my private coaching program. And if you're watching this video till now, yes, it is perfect for you. Yes, it is perfect for you. And I do appreciate that. Not everybody can join. You know, I call it the top 1%. Those are the people that join my coaching program. People that are heavily invested in their own personal and professional development. People that are keen on excelling and thriving and being more than they are able to be. You know, that's what this is about. So when you join, we'll go through, you know, what's your experience, what can you do, you know, what are the jobs available, what's best for you, how do you apply, what do you need, what about your CV, what about the interview, what questions can you expect, how do you answer them? Because if you don't know all these things, it's difficult to get NHS jobs, very, very difficult. So that's what the program is about. And then getting into healthcare, like, you've got no experience, I'm your girl, you know, this is the opportunity. This is where you should be. If you're in domiciliary care right now, you're in the private sector in the UK, you're struggling, you're working 50 hours and you're being paid for 5 hours, this is the opportunity for you. You need to transition. You know what I mean? You need to transition because you need to get your life back. Like, it's about freedom. It is about, you know, self-care. It's about well-being. You need to think about your well-being. So that's what it's all about. And then, like I was saying, point number 2 is qualifications. What qualifications do you have? Because there are some jobs that require qualifications and some jobs that don't. For example, nursing. You can't just sit one day and you're like, oh, I'm going to apply for nursing jobs tomorrow. Like, you know, am I going to get it? No, you won't. If you're not a nurse, we don't want you applying for a nursing job because it is reserved for those of us that have gone through that rigorous training and have that qualification as a diploma, you know, nurse or degree nurse or master's nurse, it doesn't matter. But then there are other, you know, jobs that don't require any degree or any qualifications whatsoever. So what's your personal circumstance right now? You can leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be able to give you some information as to whether you're going to require experience or not, depending on what you want. It is very difficult to tailor a YouTube video to meet everybody's needs, and that's why they tend to be very generic. But if you need that tailored guidance, like I've said, consider joining my coaching program where you and I will have that one-to-one, really go through your situation, really get to dissect what it is that you need in order to excel. If you're watching this and you're part of my private coaching program, check your community hub. You're going to see lots of vacancies. There are lots of resources that I've put there. There are interview questions that are expected from NHS jobs, all sorts of positions, from the most junior position right to the top, as well as courses, literally everything that you need to know. And obviously, we've got our weekly live sessions where we talk about everything, getting jobs, progressing in the UK. So point number 3 is, do they offer sponsorship? And do you need sponsorship? Obviously, again, if you need visa sponsorship, then you are obliged, I hate to use this word, but yes, you are obliged to only apply for jobs that offer visa sponsorship. So you need to know as well. You need to be able to go onto the government website to say, what are the jobs that are offering visa sponsorship? And you need to go through that and then see which ones you need to be applying for. If you don't need visa sponsorship, then obviously the qualification side is absolutely fine. And all you need to be focusing on is, how do I apply? How do I apply? That's a good old question, because that's what you should be thinking at point number 3. You know, do I need sponsorship? Yes or no? If I do or if I don't, how do I apply? What is the process for this particular job? Because the challenge with NHS jobs is that you have people like me who are very experienced looking at your CV, looking at your application, and we have very high expectations, which means if you're looking at somebody's supporting information and they're like going off topic, unrelated to the job they're applying for, I'm going to be thinking, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? You should not be applying for this job. And that's why, if you know somebody, you know, just get another person to check out your application, check out your supporting information and say, okay, you know, what am I even making any sense? Because some of the supporting information, when I read them, I'm like, you know, what are you talking about? I've got no idea. So your supporting information is the key to getting that job. And then when you nail that supporting information, the next thing is the interview. You better outshine all of those candidates, because if you don't, again, you don't want to ever get an interview and then miss the opportunity, especially if somebody's looking for visa sponsorship. You want to be ready before you're applying for that job. And again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, like really, join the family, hit the subscribe button right now. So you're the first person to be notified every single day. Yes, every day at 9 a.m. You know, when I drop a new video on here in UK time, that is 10 o'clock. So again, I'm gonna drop these two videos on here just to give you some more information about opportunities in the UK, so you can explore, you know, NHS, what else is there. But like I've said, you do want to share this video with your friends, colleagues, loved ones, family, so they're aware of these opportunities and they should pursue them and know exactly what is expected, because that is what I'm here to bring for you. I absolutely appreciate your time, the fact that you've watched till now, and I do wish you an amazing day. And I'm gonna see you in the still videos right here at the top. Thank you, and do have a beautiful day.